I'll be all.
Ashton Jeanty, All-American running back. Boise State joins us, 365 Sports. Craig Smoke and Paul Catalina and David Smoke. Ashton, thank you very much. So I know media days for you was a little unique because of the setup of where the circle was compared to where you were. Did you still enjoy your trip to Vegas?
Yeah, I definitely still enjoyed my trip to Vegas, and maybe I didn't get to go on the circle, but I had just as much fun and just as much media as I wanted to come to talk and interview me.
Well, was it in a way easier that you had this private media day, that it couldn't be all day for you? It was just, however long it took at the Bellagio, which I wish I would have known that you were going to be there. I was staying there until that day. I would have stayed later and come down and we'd have hung out. We'd have gone to see Blue Man Group together or something.
You want to see the local shows, huh?
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, it was still a lot of interviews. I don't know how long the other guys are interviewing, but I think it was interviewing for a good bit. So, but it was still a good turnout regardless. But I guess some people didn't get the memo like you, but it's all good.
Ashton, you're back in Boise State, blue and orange. It's pretty well known you had a huge year last year, and I'm sure there were some schools that came calling. But fast forward a few months, you guys are getting ready for another season. What's it just feel like to be still there in Boise and getting the troops ready to go play some football again?
Yeah, it's great. It's like a good place to be. Getting ready for fall camp, and just throughout my career, dreamed about being in this position, and we have a lot of big things planned for this year. Being with the new setting of college football, being able to make it to the college football playoffs. Just so many different things. It's really exciting. A lot of pressure on us too, you could say, but at the same time, I think not only me, but me and all the guys are excited for fall camp.
There's a lot of discussion in some conferences positioning themselves, hey, we should have 2, 3, 4 teams or more. And yet the good news, as you just mentioned, is that a group of 5 school, or whatever we can call that, with Boise State, Memphis, et cetera, UTSA, have a chance, have a legitimate chance. Somebody's getting in. How much more of an adrenaline rush is that, knowing that's possible?
It's definitely more, for sure. But, at the same time, it would be just like before, just taking it one game at a time. And, we got to keep winning week by week to put ourselves in a position to get there.
How do you feel about the rest of the offense? You have to change starting quarterbacks again, which, is always a challenge, but the way that things have come together and built around that, do you feel confident that, if it's Malachi Nelson or whoever else it is, that you guys will still be able to be that kind of dominant force you have been?
Yeah, I feel confident in whoever it is on the field, and not just even the quarterbacks, but receivers, running backs. There's guys behind me that can play ball too. Tight ends, O-line. All around. The offense is very good, and we have a lot of depth and a lot of guys who can play ball at a high level for us.
Ashton, you had a huge year last year, not only on the ground, but through the air as well. Over 500 yards receiving, a handful of touchdowns. Do you anticipate being as involved in the receiving game this year? And just what do you attribute some of that success and having, the ball in your hands from a receiving point of view? Kind of just describe that and how that came to be.
Yeah, I definitely expect to be in the pass game heavily like I was last year. Because not only it shows my versatility, but it's another component of the offense that makes it even better. When your running backs can come and catch the ball out of the backfield, a lot of defenses will lose the running backs in coverage. So to be able to utilize that, I think is a big deal for us. And then just, kudos to our coaching staff and being able to use everybody's skills and, not leaving anything off the table and, I'm just one example of that, but plenty of other guys who can do a lot of things and are versatile on this offense, and our coaches take full advantage of that.
Ashton, we had you on this show the day before or the day of the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award banquet in Tyler, that you had earned an opportunity to be there, and we discussed how you had made the decision to come back, and a very selfless decision, because you could have gone to a lot of other places, and love the answer about why. But now that you've had the opportunity to be known even more because of last year, and it's about the team, yes, do you feel like that there's more people that know about you and watching you more closely this year than even last?
I mean, yeah, I feel like for sure, definitely. I mean, it was already a lot last year, but people, able to see my personality and able to see me make a decision like that, it's almost where they feel more connected to me, on a deeper standpoint, because they see what my values are, what my views are, and just who I really am as a person. So I think, what I've seen just from fans and different people talking to me, I do feel like that, but not just for me, but for the whole team in general. That's how I feel.
What kind of touchdown feels better? A 2-yard, pushing back, you versus me strength, and I beat you, or you busted open 75 yards and torch everybody?
That's a man that's done both, man. That's got to be a great
that's
feeling.
Why I asked, yeah.
It's hard, but I'd probably say just big play, 75-yard touchdown, because I feel like that's more demoralizing to the defense than a 2-yard touchdown where it's all right, we got a higher chance of scoring right there. Whereas if that happened, that's a big play, and that gives us momentum and even more excitement.
So, do you have a new dog?
Yes, I do have a new dog.
I was told you had a new dog, Coco. What kind of dog do you have, and is it a handful like you are trying to tackle you on the football field?
Yeah, her name's Coco. She's a Labradoodle, and yes, she's a handful. She could be out there running that ball like me if she wanted to.
Okay, you're out in the field, and you're trying to play. Obviously, is it a puppy?
It is a puppy.
Oh my God, big dog, right? It's full of itself. So who has better moves when they're trying to maybe avoid the other or tackle or play with the other? Coco or you?
I think she's better in space, right? You put me in the phone booth, right? I'm making her miss, and then if I'm say we're in the house and I'm trying to catch her, get her to go in the cage, I'm getting her every time. But if she's trying to get me in the house, she's not touching me. But outside in the backyard, I can't catch her, man. She's got me beat. Coco
the Lab. Where did you get Coco?
This couple, their actual their main doggy had babies, 11. So they were selling them outside of Walmart, actually. I had just went to Walmart to get some regular stuff, and then I seen the sign and a bunch of puppies, and then just went over there to just play with them at first, and then I seen Coco. She was the only brown lab and 10 other black labs, so she just stood out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great story. That's a nice friend. No matter if you have a great game or a tough day in practice, best friend. There's nothing better than that. Yeah. So when you were in high school, I guess you were obviously a dynamic playmaker, but did you play on the defensive line too?
Yes, I did. I played all 3 levels of defense.
What was your favorite on defense?
I would say safety, or actually, I'm gonna say D line, because when I was playing DN, I feel like I understand defensive players or D linemen when they get a sack, that's a touchdown for them.
Does that play into what you're able to see as an offensive player, having that knowledge of kind of how it operates on the other side of the ball?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Just being able to play so many different positions has expanded my knowledge on the game, and a lot of times I'm able to see things and think in a way a defensive player would think to help me.
So, Ashton, you're obviously getting a lot of attention. Mountain West Player of the Year. You decided to come back to Boise. We talked about that a bit earlier, and I think in one of our previous conversations with you. The NFL dream, I'd imagine, is out there for you, but you obviously got this year coming up. I know it's weird nowadays for running backs, but just kind of where is that in your head, and what were you kind of told, I guess, when you were debating, last offseason what your future was going to look like? Where is the NFL big picture, and does it make it more complicated being at the position that you play?
I wouldn't say that it makes it more complicated. I mean, the markets change for different positions, and the market, it could change after this year, next year, who knows, right? But I think in terms of just with my career and the position that I play, not money involved, just longevity. I mean, you want to get as many years as you can out of the game. So, however which way the season goes, I mean, I'll make my decision after that with whatever is right. But I mean, the ultimate goal is for sure to play in the NFL. But I have to, build on what I did last year and handle business for these next 6 months. Then maybe I'll have a chance to do that.
We brought this up back when we had you on before, but for those that don't know, you were in Italy? Is that correct?
Yeah, Naples, Italy.
Yeah, your father was stationed in Italy, and you played football there. I had played football in Japan back many, many years ago on an Air Force base against others, military brats. What was that like, and what was it like to be overseas like that and enjoy the tradition and history?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Something that I'll never forget. I mean, just for one, living overseas, that's a blessing. Most people don't get to travel out the country at that age, if at all. So just being able to experience different cultures and see a bunch of different things at such a young age, but not too young to where I was still able to appreciate it. But traveling to different countries to play football games, I mean, it was a good life, man. And I still look at pictures, videos, and stuff, and reminisce. But it was definitely a great experience. And if anybody ever has the chance to do it, I'd say go do it, man, because it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Just the pasta alone would have made it a dream for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you have? Is it?
Stomach.
Yeah. Is it tougher to eat it now, like when you're in the States, because it's so different over there?
Yeah, I would say definitely. I wouldn't say pasta as much, but for sure pizza, because like the pizza tastes different, and like compared to like American style, like it's made a little more like naturally.
So the clock is ticking on workouts beginning. Do they start next week or the week after that?
Yeah, fall camp starts next Wednesday for us.
Do you have a chance just for this week? Because I know as an athlete, you're going to constantly be doing something, but do you have a chance to just have a day or two to decompress before it all starts? What do you do if you do that?
Yeah, I will I got the weekend, so those are usually my decompressing days. Even during this off season, it's still pretty busy, but usually anywhere from now, I mean, just chilling, playing with my dog, chilling, playing video games with my roommates, watching some TV, maybe go float the river or something for one last time for the summer. But just really just relaxing, getting my mental right and just getting my mind ready to have a great fall camp and then a great season.
I hope you have a great season and you and the team do well and have that opportunity in the college football playoff, a long way to go. If someone has not been to Boise, Idaho, what and how would you describe the views, whether it's in the summertime or sometimes in the deep winter?
I'd say beautiful, man. I mean, the mountains, downtown. I mean, the stadium right in the middle of everything. It's definitely top tier. Especially, I'd say during the winter, really, because with all the snow on the mountains, the snow around everything, like it looks really beautiful. It's nice views.
Ashton, good luck. We hope to talk to you again during the season, and then also following the season. Go take care of your business. Go enjoy Cocoa. I know you will. And thanks for your time today. We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Ashton Jeanty, Boise State running back. That